Hello and welcome to Littleton Common. I'm Barbara McRae. Thank you for sharing your time with us today. We're enjoying the talented guests that have been on the show these past months, and we want to continue sharing all that talent with you. Sometimes someone will give me the names of people who might be of interest on the show. Some of you have even mentioned a project you're doing and would like to have it mentioned. Keep them coming. I'm always looking for anything or anyone who might be of interest to our community. You know, that's what small towns are all about, being connected. So if you have news you'd like to share or a person you'd like us to highlight, please call me at 978-263-7905 or drop us a note at the Cable Studio mailbox on the second floor, Shattuck Street. Well, it's business as usual. Schools are busy with sports. The Unitarian Church had their fair in the rain. The Littleton Community Boosters had their annual auction at the middle school, raising money for the schools and the senior citizens here in Littleton. The Historical Commission sponsored Rolling and Strolling, sharing our town's history, and hope you all came out for that. St. Anne's Church had their annual golf tournament, and I bet that was a success. The Rotary had its car show raising money for Special Education Parents Association. Now I want to brag about our Comcast Access Coordinator, Mark Crory. Mark's band, California Dreamers, played at the car show, and if you have not heard this band, then you have missed a fun time. So watch for California Dreamers at other functions and go, have fun. The big news is that the Littleton Country Gardeners are celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. Imagine that. My gosh, the golden years. Start looking around at the plantings because to celebrate those golden years, you will see yellow flowers everywhere. Even maybe those of you who have businesses around town can follow suit and plant a few yellow flowers too. It would be great to see our town look like a ray of sunshine this spring. But call Lynn Warren at 486-3648 if you're interested in finding out more about the Country Gardeners. Right now, why don't we join Gail Dalton at the Senior Diner? Maybe we can plant some yellow daffodils in the courtyard, Gail.
That'd be nice, Barbara. That'd be very pretty. But for the month of October at the diner is the birthday lunch is going to be October 14th, and anyone whose birthday is in October, you call the diner, and Minuteman Senior Services will provide a free lunch for you, and plus the COA provides a beautiful, beautiful birthday cake. The ladies' breakfast will be Thursday, October 15th, and come on down for that. It's $2. The food is incredible. You eat so much, it's not even funny. Men's breakfast will be October 21st, so come on down, men, for that. And also, Stretch and Flex has started up with Terry, and every Tuesday and Thursday, 11:15 to 12:15, you get a great workout. People walk out of here sweating, sitting in a chair, so it's a wonderful workout. And that should be it for right now, so I hope you guys come down to the diner.
See you there, Gail. Let's hope we see many of you there, and watch for the new entry to the diner. We're still in the planning stages, but you can see the photos of the idea at the Senior Diner. It's going to look great, and it's going to be very useful. The town of Littleton has updated their phone system. All of the town departments have a new prefix. It's 540. The new number for the Council on Aging is 978-540-2470. Please write that number down and keep it handy because it's changed and you'll forget unless you do. The Littleton Council on Aging Board is looking for someone who is interested in being involved with helping seniors in our town. This board meets the first Monday of each month at 2:30 p.m. All that is required is that you're a Littleton resident. We often hear the question, who are the Friends of the Council on Aging? The Friends are a non-profit organization which raises funds to supplement programs and services for the seniors in Littleton, and that's through the Council on Aging. When the Council on Aging needs additional money for a program to help the seniors, they make the request of the Friends. The Board of Directors evaluates the request and votes on whether to approve or disapprove. And most of the time we approve. We raise funds in part by membership dues, like those letters you get in the mail, usually in April, from the Friends. Also, corporate donations, when we can get them. And here in Littleton, we raise our funds mostly by the sales from the thrift shop. And we do well, and that's because of you. So remember, if you'd like to donate to our senior programs, you can send your donation to the Friends of the Council on Aging, care of our treasurer, at P.O. Box 134, Littleton, Mass. 01460, and we will put it to good use. Coming up in health news, the Littleton Council on Aging is starting a pilot wellness program which will be held every Tuesday from 10 to 12 in room 230, the second floor, Council on Aging. First blood pressure clinic will be held on Tuesday, October 20th at 11 o'clock. There will also be some screening programs and wellness talks once a month. We'll announce those as they are planned. If you have any questions, call Louise Curley at 978-486-4416. Tuesday, October 13th, Neshoba Nursing will hold a flu clinic in the multi-purpose room from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't get the flu, get the shots. On Tuesday, October 13th, Neshoba nurses Tamara Bedard will be here at the senior diner for the blood pressure clinic, and that'll be 11 o'clock to noon. Thursday, October 22nd, Neshoba nurses and the COA will have a blood pressure clinic and outreach coffee hour at the Pine Tree Park Community Room, and that will be 9 to 10 a.m. And for all of the above, please call the Council on Aging office at our new number 540-2470 and make a reservation. The Living Alone group with Tina Mater will meet on Thursday, October 15th at 10:30 in room 230. This time the speaker is Kevin Daly from Response Link, and this is a push-button emergency help system. But call Tina at 978-540-2472 to reserve a seat. New number, remember. Anne-Marie Rouse will be here in the first floor multi-purpose room with her caregiver support group on Thursday, October 1st, 7 to 8:30 p.m., November 5th from 3:30 to 5 p.m. But call Anne-Marie at 486-3756 to sign up, or go to amrouse@sca-ma.com. New York Life will be holding a seminar on Wednesday, October 28th at 10 o'clock in the morning in room 230. The title of the seminar is Turning Your Savings into Retirement Income. Whoa. I wish I had heard of this before we retired, but maybe it's not too late. But find out on October 28th. October 29th, Dr. Patricia Sardella will speak on the topic of how to talk with your doctors so they will listen. I love this one. We all need to hear what needs to be done when we feel our doctor hasn't heard us. Now, it could be that we aren't giving the right message. I think we also want to hide some symptoms because we're always afraid they might find something we don't want to hear about. So stop that and tell your doctor the truth and get the proper care. Come to room 230 on October 29th, and the time is 10 o'clock to 11. The space is limited, so please call Tina at 978-540-2472. And remember to call the Council on Aging van service in advance to get you to these appointments. And again, that's the new number, 540-2470. Thank you for your response to the need for lap blankets. We are forwarding your messages to Peg Gruskowski at 978-486-46 549-520. You've done a great job. And now for the class acts and the cultural activities. Here's Evanthea Velakis with Just That at Indian Hill Music Center.
Thank you, Barbara. Things are in full swing over here at Indian Hill Music with lessons and classes going on and concerts coming up. And you know, it's not too late to sign up for a music lesson or a class here. Just call us at 486-9524 or check online for a complete listing of offerings at indianhillmusic.org. And speaking of concerts, how many people out there like Beethoven? Well, we've got something you don't want to miss. The Orchestra of Indian Hill opening night on October 17. That's a Saturday night. It's an all Beethoven concert over at Littleton High School beginning at 7:30 p.m. And all Beethoven means it's going to be Symphony No. 5 and the Violin Concerto with Bela Keys as soloist, and also a couple of other pieces on there. So again, if you're a Beethoven fan, don't miss Orchestra of Indian Hill opening night on October 17. And lots more going on here, of course. Our family pajama jam, it's on a Friday night, October 9th at 6:30 p.m. That's a free event for young families. It's a musical story hour, so come on by and check that out. Our monthly box lunch concert continues on Thursday, October 15 at noon, and that's another free concert, and this time it's flutist Eileen Yarrison with guitarist Jamie Dunphy, and that's a favorite of the box lunch concerts. We've got an acoustic cafe for people who like to sing and play instruments. This is for adults, teens and adults, on Friday, October 16, beginning at 6. That's the Acoustic Cafe. You can check us out at 486-9524 for more information about that. And we've also got a teen open mic. Our popular Jammin' on the Hill returns on Friday, October 23rd here at Indian Hill, beginning at 7. And if you've got a band, you could get a spot to perform on that, so get in touch with us about that. And finally, the Kaleidoscope Gallery concert series that we present over at the gallery in Groton begins on Saturday, October 24th with pianist Randall Hodgkinson. So again, lots going on. Check us out online or give us a call, and we'll see you next month.
Thanks, Evanthea. Theater 3 is inviting all area senior citizens to the dress rehearsals of its shows for the 2009-2010 season. Here's what's coming up. City of Angels on Wednesday, November 4th. The Spider's Web, Wednesday, February 24th. The Night Thoreau Spent in Jail, Wednesday, May 5th. And each of these rehearsals are at 7:30 p.m. and it's located at 250 Central Street in West Acton. But call Sherry Ryder at 978-266-9530 if you have any questions. How lucky we are to be seniors. We get these fun perks. Of course, we won't talk about the perks that we're not getting, not right now, but maybe another time. But talking about good perks, how's this? The Littleton Council on Aging is offering a free pastel painting workshop for adults, and all the materials are included. Award-winning pastel artist Gregory John Machik will present Monet's Magic Garden, How to Pastel Paint as Impressionists. This class is on Monday, November 30th from 1 to 3 p.m. And it's for beginners to advanced participants. You have to pre-register, so call 978-540-2470. And this project is supported in part by a grant from the Littleton Cultural Council. Why don't you have fun with the Explorers Club? Our trip this month is to the Old Mill in Westminster. Lunch is on your own, and after lunch we'll all join together for a free tour of the Wachusett Brewery. I know that my husband might enjoy that, so I think I'll take him there. We will leave Shattuck Street at 11 a.m. and try to return by 3 p.m. And this time we're going to carpool, so if you would like to drive, please call Barbara Cam at 978-486-4360 and let her know. And the date is October 28th. Put it on your calendar. Call the Council on Aging at 540-2470 for information on all the other trips. The next Senior Citizens Club meeting will be on October 19th at 1:30 p.m. in the Senior Diner. It will be a potluck luncheon. Potluck lunches are the most delicious ever. So many things to choose from and always special. You may want to come to this meeting. And if you want to, call Mary Gosby at 978-486-0573 so she will know how many are coming. Now, here's Lynn Lyford with news from the New England Forestry Foundation. Hi, Lynn. How are things in your neck of the woods? Sorry, I had to say that.
It's fall, and this is a wonderful time of year to go out in the woods and see the turning leaves. And here at New England Forestry, we have 4 events planned during the month of October. The first is this Saturday here at Prouty Woods. We have Larry Millman, who's a mycologist. That means he studies mushrooms, doing a mushroom walk starting at Prouty Woods at 1 in the afternoon. It'll go till 4 o'clock. Now we hear that there's a chance it may be quite rainy. So if you have a question as to whether the walk will be on this Saturday, please call our offices on Friday. The number here is 978-952-6856. Then on Sunday, the next day, we have a walk at our Fitz Family Forest in South Royalston, Massachusetts. And this walk is in connection with the Garlic and Arts Festival, which is right next door and a wonderful event. So head out to Orange. Lastly, 2 walks in Connecticut towards the end of the month. One on October 10th and the other on the 25th. Both are in Pomfret, Connecticut, 9 to 11 in the morning. Check out our website for details. We'll see you out in the woods.
Thank you, Lynn. We'll look for you next month. And speaking of next month, here is Alan McRae with news from the Veterans Agent's Office. Alan?
Hi, I'm Alan McRae, your Veterans Service Officer here in Littleton, and I want to remind you that November the 11th is Veterans Day, and that's coming up next month. And in that regard, if you're a veteran or the widow of a veteran, you're cordially invited to a special luncheon that's going to be put on in your honor. It will be on November the 10th at noon in the multipurpose room here at Town Hall, and is sponsored by the Littleton Council on Aging and the Friends of the Council on Aging, with some donations from local businesses. If you want to come to the luncheon, please call 978-540-2470 for a reservation. And you have to have those reservations in by Friday, October the 23rd. I hope to see all of you there. Oh, as a reminder, the Town Hall has new telephone numbers now, and my number has been changed. That telephone number for my office is 540-2485. I'll see you all on November 10th.
Thank you, Alan. Please call the Council on Aging office to put your name on the list for that luncheon. The Book of the Month Club is back because you've shown an interest in that particular club. So come on in to room 230 on October 13th at 10 a.m. Pick a book and let us know so we can announce it next month. Call Carolyn Harlow at 486-8589 for more information, and let her know you're interested. PAL, or Parent Professional Advocacy League, is presenting a training for law enforcement officers, first responders, and other youth professionals. Speaker is Stephanie Melton, PAL Education and Communications Coordinator. This training is designed to give law enforcement officers, first responders, and other youth professionals concrete and specific tools, techniques, and resources for responding to and working with youth and mental health needs and their families. Date for this training is Monday, October 19th at the Temple Isaiah, 55 Lincoln Street, Lexington, Mass. The time is 7:30 to 9 p.m. Call Isaiah Temple 781-862-7160 for more information. Senator Jamie Eldridge will be visiting the Littleton Council on Aging for an informal meeting and greeting day on Friday, October 9th from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 in room 230. Constituents from Littleton are encouraged to attend with any questions and concerns pertaining to legislation which affects their communities, or to just meet the senator. For more information, contact the Council on Aging at 952, whoops, excuse me, we need the new number there, and that's 504-2460, I believe. Senator Eldridge's office is 617-722-1120 if you need to talk to him. And remember two things. The Council on Aging Activities Room on the second floor is room 230. And the number to call is 540-2470. Remember that, 540-2470, because I think I made a mistake just a second ago. But put that on your calendar so that you remember the changes. And now for the thrift shop news. The thrift shop continues to support the programs for the Council on Aging. Our volunteers are so happy to see you, either with donations or just to purchase things. We have many new people dropping by now from other towns. And where else would they find such fabulous merchandise and fabulous prices? But if you want to help the senior community and you don't have time, stay home, clean out your closets, and send what you don't want our way, because the money from our sales will be put to good use here at the Council on Aging. So don't forget us. Winter clothes are here, so come in and look around. There is always something for everybody. Don't forget Halloween too, because you can find something here. Mix and match. Use your imagination, because the price is right. We'll look for you and your friends. And in the meantime, don't forget to hug a senior. And you know, one of the things I like about doing this show is I get to meet interesting people with interesting hobbies or jobs, and all I have to do is stay in town. Normally, I am the pilot of my own ship, but today I'm going to be a co-pilot. Have you ever wanted to learn how to fly? Have you ever wondered what it feels like to be at the controls in the cockpit? Well, today you can be in the driver's seat. I want you to meet Tom Perry. Tom runs an interesting business called Flying's Cool. He is going to introduce you to flying through flight simulation. Come on, come fly with me. Well, hi, Tom.
Hi, Barbara.
You know, I really am excited about today because I heard about Flying School, and it really made me want to see how this is done and why and how you were doing it.
Great. Well, let me tell you a little bit about how it got started first. I was volunteering my son's first grade class, and they were doing a little section on maps. And I'm a pilot. And I thought, well, why don't I bring some of my pilot maps in, you know, one of my flying maps in, and I could also bring in my flight simulator. So I suggested that to the teacher, and we did a whole day, or maybe, yeah, a whole day going over the maps that we use in flying. And then I spent another couple of hours letting the kids use the flight simulator. And I started thinking about it and realized that, wow, I could extend this to the whole school year. You know, there are just so many subjects in aviation that apply to the educational curriculum. So that's where I came up with the idea for Flying School. My mission was to introduce children and adults to flying through flight simulation, with a goal of using the natural fascination that people have with aviation to help motivate them for learning.
Right.
And so I spent some time talking to teachers, and realized that one of the things that they really needed to do in an education situation was to match up with the Massachusetts curriculum frameworks. So what I did was I went through the whole frameworks and kind of matched up all the different things. You've got history, you know, how the airplane, as Bill Gates once said, that basically the airplane was the first internet. You know, the ability to help people travel from one place to another.
True.
So you've got how the airplane made the world smaller. We've got physics. I can show gyroscopes, which are used in a lot of the instruments in airplanes, mathematics, where you've got to be able to calculate the angle so you don't get blown off course by the wind. There are just so many subjects that are covered in aviation. I realized I could help teachers teach with using aviation and something, the flight simulator, to help them do that.
Right, and it would make it more exciting for the kids.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's like just saying those things. I'm going through my days in school and thinking this would have been really fun. This would have been, and I'm sure that it's fun for girls and boys.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you start them at a good age. And what about that? What is the youngest and the oldest?
Well, in working with the kids, I found pretty much, from first grade through adults.
Like
through whatever
old
age.
adults?
Old,
Like,
yeah, sure.
because I was telling you that my dad got his pilot's license
Right.
when he was 70.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but he
That's
did
so
have good
cool.
eyes. I couldn't do it, so you know.
Well, you don't need. I mean, I need to wear glasses for distance. You
Oh,
don't
yeah.
to pilot regular planes. You don't need to have 20/20 vision to fly.
Oh, okay. I guess that's
So-
only in the military then.
Yeah, and
Maybe.
even in the, I think. I mean, even nowadays, it's so hard to get people that if you've got the grades,
Yeah.
then then they may accept you into the flight program, even if you, especially because now you can get your vision corrected as well.
Well, that's true.
So-
That's absolutely true. I forgot about that. But no, this sounds really like great fun, and
Yeah.
probably fun for you too,
It is.
because
I
now
love
you're
it.
doing something that you like to do.
I do. I enjoy getting in front of people, and I've kind of expanded beyond that too. I've done community education programs. I'll do birthday parties. If Boy Scouts, for the Aviation Merit Badge, I can help them go through that. I've got the flight simulator; they can use that, and
Well, that's
they can
interesting.
do a lot of things like that. Right.
Uh-huh.
Corporate functions, even just I did a Christmas party once, so the adults could go off, and the kids were over here playing, and eventually I had the adults on the flight simulator too. So
I imagine
It's a lot of
so.
fun.
I imagine that happens too. But yeah, so all of this equipment now, which really, I guess it's not a lot. I keep thinking that it's a lot, but so this is what you use when you're working on this.
That's right. So what we've got here, I've got a PC, and really, if you wanted to go really bare bones, I've just a PC, and I've got here just an Xbox controller is actually a really great controller for your flight simulator.
Ah.
You're able to control your rudders, your flying, and your view while you're looking out the window. You can do all of that through here. I've kind of expanded on that by getting some other products that make it a little bit closer to a real cockpit. So I've got here CH Products yoke and a set of rudder pedals, and then I also have this little thing, if you could hand me that hat. If we put this hat on, it's got a couple of little reflectors here, and then I've got a little receiver on this side,
Okay.
and a little infrared receiver. And what it does is it translates your head motion. So as you turn your head or move it up and down, you can go forward and back. It translates that into motion on the screen. So if I turn my head like this, you can actually get a 90-degree turn. You can be looking out the side windows of the airplane just by turning your head a little bit. And it really improves the ability to fly the airplane.
Oh, that's really
So,
fun. We could use one of those
So
in a car,
here-
I'm sure.
yeah, that's right. So as a part of this, I've also got a set of, if I'm running a dual-engine airplane, I've got a set of dual controls for controlling the two engines and the mixture and the propellers and so on. Although that's built right in for a single engine plane, you've got that controlled right here. And if you don't care about controlling your engines individually, you can control both engines with this. So I can run my flaps, there's a whole bunch of buttons on this that I can do a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
So really I've pretty much equaled what we've got in the cockpit for flying. I can go ahead and turn. I've got my rudder pedals down here.
In your own easy chair.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, can we look at a little bit of what happens when you're...
Sure.
Have the speed.
Would you like to fly?
Oh, okay. But I want a parachute. So I'm sitting in the cockpit.
That's right. Yep. Basically, we're here. What we can see here, why don't you, I'm going to go ahead and turn, well, actually, before we do that, so what we've got here is we're sitting in a Piper Cherokee. And in fact, this is very close to a model of the plane that I actually own. I have
okay.
a plane up in Nashua. We've got it.
So I can
in a
pretend
hangar.
I'm right in there right now. right?
Absolutely, yeah, that could be you there.
There
In fact,
I
I
am.
might even be able to switch it to a female pilot in there. I think one of the models of in here. But what we've got here is, if you could just take a quick look around, you've got the track IR going on your head, and if we look around the cockpit, we're looking around. This is kind of Nashua, right here. I've modeled a lot of the Nashua airport in the surrounding area. Let's take a look around the cockpit a little bit. So yeah, turn. There you go.
Oops.
Oh, a little bit too much light. We can see the rudder pedals down there. We've got why don't you move the control column a little bit? So as you move this in and out, yeah, and turn it. Go ahead. You can see that we're at the Microsoft Flight. Oh, by the way, what we're looking at here is Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Okay.
Version X, version Flight
Oops,
Simulator
I have to
X.
remember to keep looking where I'm.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, well, that's okay. You can look around the cockpit. You can see this is actually a 3D model of the whole plane. We've got, in fact, you can, in multiplayer, you can actually have people on other computers come in and sit with you while you're flying. They can sit in other seats and even do things on the control panel for you, like maybe change your radios for you and things like that while you're flying.
This is so cool.
So you can actually have a whole group of friends flying together in different planes, or have someone as a co-pilot in your plane, each flying the same plane in the multiplayer version.
Well,
I mean, in the multiplayer aspect of the game.
you can see that my plane is empty because nobody wants to fly with me. They're still a little leery of my piloting skills.
Yeah. But remember, this is your first time sitting down here, so
That's true.
you know, I mean, but this is pretty much what it'd be like, and maybe in one of my community education classes or so on.
Okay.
So over here you can see we've got the throttle, which is just like the throttle in the plane there. I'm going to reset your view here. So here we go. You ready to take off?
I guess.
Great.
I guess.
I'll control the throttle. Notice down, you can see down in the bottom that the controls on the panel are actually controlling what's going on here.
Uh-huh. Here we go.
And make sure you don't
gosh.
rock those feet forward, because that puts on the brakes.
Oh, that's
So
right.
we want to keep our brake, but
Yeah.
do try to stay, oh, it looks like we're staying pretty straight on the runway. Maybe a little bit left. Remember, your feet are what control your on the ground. Yeah. Push with
Which
the
way
left
am I
foot.
going?
Yeah,
This way.
There you go.
All right.
Go ahead, you can move yourself back to the center of the runway. Yeah, good. Good. Okay, you can start to lift off now. Pull back a little bit on the stick. Good. Now push forward a little bit. We don't want to pull up too much. Okay, pull back a little bit now. Yeah, that's good. And just kind of stop it. And if we look around a little bit here, you can see down there, you know, see even the traffic is moving down on 101A down there.
I see it.
Yeah. Back at the airport.
Yeah.
We're leaving the airport now.
Mom.
And even, I was flying earlier today, we had clear skies, but apparently now it's a little bit cloudy outside, because one of the features of Microsoft Flight Simulator is its ability to show what the real weather is.
Wow.
So if it's raining outside, it'll be raining inside a Flight Simulator too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So does that mean that I'm going to fly through clouds, or...
If you choose to, which is okay here. In real life,
all
that
I'm
would-
doing is
unless you
going
get it-
straight
Yeah.
ahead.
So we can see over here, we're climbing at about 500 feet per minute. Over here, we're going a little bit slow. We want to try to keep it at 80 knots is about your best climbing speed.
So you pull
Push-
back on
push
it, or
forward.
push forward?
Because you want to climb a little bit slower. There you go. You can pull back a little bit here. Yeah. You can see the Merrimack River down there.
Yep.
Microsoft Flight Simulator's got the whole world modeled here, and I've also added an extra product here called Ultimate Terrain. That goes in and further models things. It adds all the roads, graveyards, golf courses. If you know a real golf course, it'll be in the system. For instance, if we take out of Stowe Airport, you'll see Stowe Golf Course down there, and so you can use a lot of the same landmarks that you'd really be using in flying here. Same thing with all the rivers and lakes. Oh, you're doing just fine. This is about what it's
I
like.
thought I was going down.
You know, we can take a look around the outside. So it's like you're really flying in the airplane. Pretty cool, huh?
It is pretty cool.
So here we are on final approach into Nashua.
Yeah.
You'll notice down there, notice how if we look, well, now we're a little bit low, so let's pull up a little bit here. That's good.
Pull up.
Oh, not that much. We just want to, that's good. We can go back down again.
Right about.
You want to just see, okay. Now, you see the lights and it's all white?
Yeah.
That's called, I believe this one right here is called a PAPI. It's actually 4 lights across. There's also another one called a VASI. What this does is tell you where you are on the glide path for the runway. So right now, since it's white, we're a little high.
Okay.
So what we want to do is we want to get down until it turns red over white. When it's red over red, you're too low. And so in other words, red over red, you're dead. White over white, you're okay.
Okay.
And red over white, you're good. Yeah, so yeah, turn towards that's good.
We're going to put our feet on the ground.
Yeah, we want to, since it's white, we want to put our, and I'm going to go ahead and do this.
We're coming in. Clear the strip.
Yeah, that's right. I've come in, I was flying out, there's a cute little strip, I think it's gone now, unfortunately, out on Lake Winnipesaukee, I believe it was.
Uh-huh.
And I'm coming in, and there's just a whole pile of these little deer about the size of dogs off to the right of the runway.
Oh my.
Another time I was coming in at night to Nashua, and I could see the deer ran across right in front of me just before I landed.
Oh my. So I'm putting the nose straight towards.
Yeah, we want to go a little bit left of the runway so then we can turn back.
Oh, okay.
Because we're not quite in line with the runway, so we're going to move over just a little bit.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, see, I feel like I'm way over on the other side
Yeah.
when I'm looking at it.
There we go.
Okay, here goes. Get ready for a bumpy
I'm going to give
road.
you some flaps now. Let's get down a little bit because we're still too high.
Okay.
And now what we're looking at here, I've actually gone ahead and Microsoft Flight Simulator comes with all the airports in the world pretty much. But there are tools out there that allow you to add detail. So I've gone and made, and Nashua Airport is actually pretty good in the default system, but I've gone and added a whole lot of detail, all the hangars and some airplanes and some traffic. You can actually even fill up with fuel there when we land.
I never fill up with fuel. My car runs on E. Although I guess I wouldn't want to do that with a
No.
plane.
Absolutely not.
Sounds like we're slowing down.
Yeah. I really should be looking at there we go. Let's move over just a little bit. Okay, we're right on the glide path. Good, we're good. Pull up just a bit. We've got some airspeed we can bleed anyway. Okay, let's get down. And I'm going to chop the throttle. And pull back just as we get down. And just let the airplane settle down.
Yes.
Good. And now use your feet to steer back to the runway. And I've actually
Am I
landed
going
in
the
the
right
grass
way?
over here.
Or
Well,
the
you
wrong-
kind of want
Whoops.
to.
Watch out, we're coming in. I'm knocking things over.
That's the nice thing about Flight Simulator, right?
Right.
There you go. Good. You got it. Now you're all feet. You don't have to bother with your hands anymore. It's all feet when we're on the ground. You
Oh,
can turn
okay.
off the runway right there. We'll go to the next
Oops,
one.
oops, oops, stay
No,
there.
that's good. They tell you, you know, if we were talking to the controller right now, they'd say, please exit the runway when able. So we'll have to wait for the next taxiway.
Oh, I see. I'm kind of like a little drunken sailor here.
Well, hey, how much time you got? About 15 minutes now? So,
Well, if I stay on here, I'll be happy, at least.
there you go. Yeah.
Everyone okay back there?
Excellent work. A little
Oh,
applause.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, this was really neat. I did enjoy this, and I think that everyone's going to enjoy watching it when you're on your show. And also, but in the meantime, I'd like to know, how can they get in touch with you if they'd like to?
I think the best way to go is just to go to my website, which is at www.flyingschool.com. No H.
Right.
And all my contact information is there. And I'll be expecting your call.
Well, great, because I think that you might get that call. This was
Excellent.
really fun. I never thought that I'd be doing this, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that you came on my show.
Great. And I'll let you know when my next community education program is.
Oh, do that. Do that. Well, thank you, everyone, and don't forget, watch us every month when we have a new surprise for you, and they're getting better all the time.
It's fall, and this is one of the most It's fall, and this is...
That'd be nice, Barbara, if you guys could put some pretty flowers in the courtyard. I think people would like to see it, especially with the fall and everything. And we've had such a horrible summer, so a little brightness and everything.
It's going to be in the spring that we're planting.
Oh, see, you didn't tell me. Spring.
And it's yellow flowers for Garden Club, but you just say
That would be fun. All right, see?
All right.
This is why I need a director.
And through that, so what I basically wanted to do, we'll be able to cut that out.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
It's fall, and this is a wonderful time of year to get out in the woods and get out of the woods. We're having a really hard time.
What?